Blackstone Audio presents The Waterhole, A Western Story by Zane Grey. This book is read by Christine Williams. Chapter 1. Cherry Winters did not see anything of Arizona until morning. The train had crossed the state line after dark. New Mexico, however, with its bleak plains and rugged black ranges, its lonely reaches, had stirred in her quite new sensations. Her father had just knocked upon her door, awakening her at an unusual hour. She had leaped to her father's casual proposal to take a little trip west with him, but it had begun to have a rather interesting significance to her, and Cherry was not so sure how she was going to take it. They had arrived at Flagstaff late in the night, and Cherry had gone to bed tired out. Upon awakening this morning, she was surprised at an absence of her usual languor. She appeared wide awake in a moment. The sun streamed in at the window, very bright and golden, and the air that blew in with it was sharp and cold. "Gee, I thought someone said it was springtime," said Cherry as she quickly got into slippers and dressing gown. Then she looked out of her window. Evidently the little hotel was situated on the outskirts of town. She saw a few scattered houses on each side among the pine trees. There were rugged gray rocks covered with vines and brush. The pines grew thicker and merged into a dark green forest. In the distance showed white peaks against the deep blue of sky. Cherry had an inkling that she was going to like this adventure. She did not care to admit it, but although she was only 20 years old, she had found a good deal too dull at her home in the East. Serious thought appeared to be something she generally shunned, yet to her, now and then, it came involuntarily. While she dressed, she pondered upon the situation. She had never been West before. After college, there had been European travel, and then the usual round of golf, motoring, dancing, with all that went with them. She was well aware of her father's dissatisfaction with her generation. Despite his attitude, he had seldom interfered with her ways of being happy. This trip had a peculiar slant, now that she scrutinized it closely. They were to meet a young archaeologist here in Flagstaff, and probably arranged to have him take them to the Grand Canyon and other scenic places. Cherry had become acquainted with him in New York, where he had been lecturing on the prehistoric ruins of the Southwest. Stephen Heftrel had struck Cherry as being different from the young men she played about with, but insofar as her charms were concerned, he was as susceptible as...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?